Good evening and welcome to another gentle chair flow with me. This was by request from my mother. In her words, she needed something for little old people. Um, but this can also be for some prenatal mamas that I have, or if you just had a really long day at the office. So we will have our chair, and I've got my two pillows from the bed that we'll be using for our relaxation, shavasana, whatever you want to call it. So just get on some comfy clothes and grab a chair and let's go. We're going to begin seated, hands at the heart in prayer or Anjali Mudra. So this is a mudra that helps to reduce stress, reduce anxiety, helps to bring clarity and focus. So just bring your hands to your heart and you can close your eyes if that feels okay. And just begin to let all the stress, all the worry melt away. Feeling the shoulders sink down on every exhale. And as you're here, really feel your feet connected to the earth. So even though you're seated, all four corners of the feet firmly planted, maybe you wiggle the toes. Sitting up nice and tall, begin to slightly engage your core. Relax the tailbone, crown of the head reaches high. So the intention for this practice is to reduce stress and anxiety, especially during this time of uncertainty. It can be a very stressful time for many of us. But if you find your space, your quiet, hopefully you can reduce some of that anxiety. So we're going to release our prayer and clasp your hands like this. And we're just going to take some figure eights in one way, warming up the wrists. Always breathing deep in through the nose and out through the nose, and then take it the other way. Always relaxing the shoulders, slight engagement through the core. Bring your hands back together in that Anjali Mudra and then flip your prayer. So now we're stretching the tops of the wrists. So this is really great if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, if you have a typing job, or if you just need to stretch it out. So now we're going to release it and then bring your palms or the back of your hands together, palms out. And then if this is enough of a stretch, some of you might even be here, that's great. Or you can just begin to press the palms together and just relax the elbows down. And then just release and shake it out. We're going to work with the shoulders, so just bring one up, let it flop down. Bring the other up and let it flop down. So just releasing any tension in the shoulders. And then let's do that one more time each side. And just inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. We're going to warm up the neck. So take your head to one side, center the other side. So just take it nice and slow. You don't want to go too fast with this. Just gently working with the neck. One more time. And back to center. Now look one way, center the other way, center. One way, center, other way. Let's do one more each side. And now we'll look up and down. So looking down and look up. Be really gentle here. You don't want to overstretch the neck. So just notice what feels good in the body today. And up, then let's come back through center. We're going to work a little bit with the legs. So we're just going to lift one leg up, flex that foot, lower. Try not to let it touch the ground and hug. Sit back a little bit so you can see, lift up and down. Exhale, inhale. So you're really working with your low core as well as your hip flexor here. So often this is a place that can, number one, hold stress, and number two, be weak. And so we're trying to strengthen it before we stretch it out. Let's do three more. 3, exhale, 2, and 1. Release that foot down. Let's go to the other side. Really flex that foot and lift. So really nothing in your body should be moving except for that leg. You should feel it in the core, feel it in the hip flexor. I can already hear my mom say, I feel it right there. In your quadriceps maybe. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We're all warmed up in our lower extremity. Seated cat-cow, this time with our Anjali Mudra. As you inhale, open the heart, open the arms. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer and round out chin to chest. 3 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Then inhale, just come up to a nice seat. So we're going to do a modified sun breath. Come to the edge of your seat and take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. As you inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward from the waist, hands on the knees. You fold all the way down. Inhale, come up to a flat back. So you really want your back to be flat. Belly in, exhale, fold. Use that core. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra to the heart. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold, hands on the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Use the back muscles. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. So this time we're going to change it up a little bit. Inhale up. And as you exhale, dive out, but keep the hands behind. Inhale, half lift. So you really have to use the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. So using more of those core posture muscles. Inhale up. Exhale, dive it out. Hands back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Seated figure 4. So bring 1 foot over the opposite knee. Flex that foot. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, lean forward. So again, you want that nice flat back. If you round out too much, it cranks in that low back. And we don't want that. We want a nice, healthy, low back. So every inhale, find length. Every exhale, take it deeper. And if this is too far, sitting upright here is totally fine. Wherever you are, let's take 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Inhale, come up, and then we're going to release. Switch to the other side. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, fold forward. So I like to think of these stretches as softening butter. I know that might sound interesting, but I like some visualization. So you breathe in, and as you exhale, everything just kind of melts away. So your breath is this hot air digging into wherever you feel that muscle. It's tight, it's cold, but that breath is hot and it begins to melt it and create some suppleness. Inhale, let's sit up and release. We're going to do a seated eagle pose. So what eagle does is it creates a lot of compression so that when you release, your circulation can kind of refire itself up. Also is a great stretch for the upper back. We're going to cross 1 leg over. You can hang out here, just really squeeze your inner thighs, be active here, or you can create a double bind here. So it creates a little bit more compression. Whichever leg is on top, the other arm is going to go underneath. So your hands, you can bring the backs of your hands to touch or your palms to touch. Try to bring your elbows to shoulder height and then try to move the hands slowly away from you. You should really feel the upper back just broaden here. So wherever you are, let's take 1 more breath. Now if you want to add on, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee to elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, just a slight crunch here. Inhale up. Let's do 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you inhale, release everything up. Breathe. And exhale, Anjali Mudra. Let's take it to the other side. So again, you can do a single cross, really squeeze the inner thighs, or you can do a double cross. Create that compression, because when we release, we'll have a nice, fresh blood circulation. So that whichever leg is on top, that arm is on the bottom. Elbows lift to shoulder height, palms move away from you. Again, you can do the backs. And again, if this doesn't work, you can always hug here. Still bringing the elbows up to the shoulder. So lots of options here for you. Breathe in as you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. We've got 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. As you exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we do some chair squats. The other day, our feet were hip width distance. This time we're going to take our feet a little bit wider, so heels in, toes out, creating kind of more of a yogi squat. Hands at the heart. Breathe in as you exhale. Stand up, really squeeze your glutes. Maybe the arms come up. Inhale. Sit back and rest. Exhale up. Press those hips forward. Inhale down. Use that core. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to try for 10. So we've done 3, 4, 5, Should really feel those legs firing up. 8, 9, last one, and 10. Awesome. And then bring the legs, you can just shake them out a little bit, shake out the arms. We're gonna create a little bit of balance, still opening and stretching through the hips. We're gonna stand up, and then you can just keep your chair as is. Stand firm on one leg. We're gonna outward rotate with one leg. Place that foot on the chair. So the toe and the knee are facing out. And the tendency here is to square off over that leg. We really want to place the hand to the inside of the knee, open up through the chest, through the shoulders. So you're still working your core muscles here and then creating some space. This hand can be at the waist. If you want a challenge, you can lift up onto that heel and lower. Let's try for 3 more. Up and lower. Exhale. Inhale, 1 more. And lower. Awesome. So release that and take it to the other side. So we're working up into our tree pose. Outward rotation, toes and knees face one way. The other foot is facing toward me. Hand to the inside of the knee. Open the torso, open the chest, hand on the hip. You can stay here. You can begin to test your balance and challenge by lifting up onto that heel. I think I'm creating a lot of challenge for my chair. Let's do 1 more. And release. Awesome. Let's shake it out and then take it to the other side. So we're going to turn our chair this way now so you can hold on to the back for balance, working on our tree pose even more. Outward rotation through that leg. The foot can be on the opposite foot, on the calf, or all the way up to the thigh. Really, it doesn't matter where it is, just as long as you're finding that balance and it's not on the knee. We want to protect the joints. You're squeezing everything into the midline. One hand to the waist, one hand to the chair. Maybe can you find that balance, lifting up and down. Find some crackles. Let's do 2 more here. Up and down. 1 more. Up and down. Awesome. So shake out the legs. We'll take it to the other side. One hand on the chair, one toe facing me. The other foot is outwardly rotating. So foot can be on top of the other foot to the calf or the thigh. Again, just not the knee. Everything is still in that midline. You're still opening up that knee. So I'll try it here. I'll demonstrate it where we lift up and down. Let's do 3 more and down. Creating a little bit more balance. The last one. Awesome. And let's shake it out. Now for our half moon variation. Still wanting to be open through the chest, open through the hips, just finding a little bit more balance. So one toe is going to be facing the chair. The other hand is on your waist. You're going to lean out, place one hand on the chair. Now I have a nice back to my chair, so I'm going to rest my elbow on the back. Watch my back foot. The foot is flexed. I'm going to try to lift the foot to hip height and then just relax, opening up here. Now, if this feels stable and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bring this elbow down, and then my shoulder can rest on the back of the chair, still opening the hips. Maybe you lift the arm, maybe the gaze goes up. A little bit of a balance challenge, deep breath in, and exhale down. Awesome, so we'll go the other side. If you have a folding chair like mine, you have to be careful you don't put too much weight on the back, because then, that could happen. So a little bit of lightness through the hands, so you're really working that core. Foot toward the chair, one hand on the waist. Inhale, as you exhale, take it down. So again, just rest that elbow on the back of the chair, flex the foot, lift it to hip height, open the hips, open the heart. You can keep the hand here, you can reach it up. If you want to bring that elbow down, shoulder comes to the back of the chair, still opening up through the hips. Feel a nice stretch, stability. 1 more breath in and out. Awesome. So we're going to do a couple of stretches here. Hands to the back of the chair. So we're doing our modified down dog. Hands to the back, hips go back, hips right over your heels. Shake the head yes and no. Melt the heart between the shoulders. Should feel really nice here. Let's take 1 more deep breath in and deep breath out. So we're going to come up and step 1 foot forward. The other foot is going to be 2 to 3 feet behind. Really want to square the hips toward the front. Inhale, find length, and as you exhale, fold. So the hands can be on the back of the chair, You can bring your elbows here, or I like chairs like this because they have multiple levels. You can place a hand here or down at the bottom. So this is called intense side stretch. You should really feel it all the way down from your sciatic, all the way down the IT band. If you need more of a stretch, take that back foot back a little bit more. Square the hips, melt it down. Take 2 more breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So we're going to come up and just switch sides, place one foot in front, and then the feet are about hip width distance, maybe a little bit closer together, but not quite so close that you can't create that space in the hips. Square the hips, soft bend in the front knee, inhale, find that length, and then exhale, fold to your amount. So if you're not feeling a stretch, maybe you need to square the hips a little bit more. The tendency is to open up here, but in order to get that intense side stretch through the outside of that leg, you really need to square the hips. So again, any level here. And thinking of that butter melting and that breath being like the butter. 2 more breaths. Awesome. And then release. So we're going to make our way down into final relaxation. So just take the chair out for our modified legs up the wall. Grab your pillows, stack them on top of each other, and then place them sort of close to your chair. Your low back's to the back of the pillows. Legs go up the chair. Might need to bring the chair a little bit closer to you. Nice, yeah. Then arms out to the side. Rest your head and close your eyes. You can stay here as long as you like. Just breathing into that relaxation. So you stay here. I'm going to lead us through a mantra. I'm going to grab my mantra actually. So this is a prayer of blessing and protection. Bhuta Mata Ki Asis. So if you're into Sanskrit, you can keep repeating Bhuta Mata Ki Asis. Bhuta Mata Ki Asis. A prayer of blessing and protection. Blessing and protection for us, for our families, our home. Blessing and protection for our friends. Blessing and protection for family. And Bhuta Mata Ki Asis for the entirety of the world. So just rest here, thinking about that prayer of healing and blessings, protection. Letting everything go. Feeling at peace, feeling calm. Bhuta Mata Ki Asis. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to get on with your day, begin to find some movement in your fingers and toes. Deepen your breath. And begin to bring your knees into your chest, roll onto one side, and then sit up nice and tall, just a comfortable cross-legged position. You do have a pillow, so if you want to put a pillow underneath your hips, that is an option as well. Coming back to that Anjali Mudra. Eyes can be closed or softly gazing down. We'll close with 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. And out. The light in me sees the light in each of you. Namaste.